And we are live. Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome my guest that's coming to the hot seat. His name is Jarome Bell. He's running for second out in Virginia. So he's on today to tell you about his campaign, his agenda, to how he's going to win this in Virginia that's greatly needed. All the stuff they haven't going down in your state.
Right.
So go ahead, Jerome, and introduce yourself to everyone.
Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? My name is Jarome Bell. I'm actually originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but I live in Virginia, lived in Virginia for 20 years. I'm a 27-year retired Navy vet, Navy Chief Petty Officer. I coach high school football out here. I'm a head of security. I'm a security officer in high school, safety security officer in high school. And I'm running for the second district. I'm running for the second district out here as a conservative because we need more conservatives in our communities. We need more African American and Black conservatives, I believe, to that's actually really going to go down and help our people in these inner cities, inner communities, and that's going to help all people. So that's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm interested in doing. I am a Trump supporter. I'm pro-Trump. I'm pro Second Amendment. I've been at a couple of Second Amendment rallies. You can go check out my videos on Facebook. They're out there. So I'm pro-life. Want a moratorium on immigration. I'm a border wall person. I'm just a citizen. I'm not a politician or anything like that. I'm just a citizen that loves this country, served this country for 27 years, and that want this country to be great. Actually,
Okay, so tell us about well, you just told us why you're running. Some of the platforms, things that if you get elected in Congress, what are the things that you would be trying to push to get through?
okay. Well, education is one. I'm a school choice guy. And what I really want to see in education is trade schools, trade education in the public schools, in the public school sector is going to pay for it because every kid can't do math. I work in a school system. Every kid is not good at math. Every kid may not be, the best in English. They can speak, they can talk, and they can do basic math. But what they can do is something that they like. They may be able to do carpentry. They may be able to be a plumber, learn how to do plumbing or electrician or just a number of different trades. And I think we need to get away from the traditional education system and bring back more trade skills in the schools. So that's one thing that I'm going to try to do in my district is bring that back. Second, you know, is have opportunities in the Black communities. I call them the forgotten communities. These communities that's
Mhm.
been taken for granted by the by the Democratic Party. That's one thing President Trump is doing with opportunity zones. He's trying to upbuild and uplift these communities, and I want to bring back in entrepreneurship in the communities as well. So we have a sense of ownership. I think one of the reasons why our communities fail, other than the Democratic leadership, is because the people in these communities, they don't have sense of ownership. They don't have pride of ownership. I think if we owned more things in our communities, we would take better care of the communities. We wouldn't allow the drugs in. I don't think the crime would be as rampant because more young Black kids would have jobs, in these communities, and I think they'll take care of them better. Um, so those are like two of the main ones, that I would focus on as far as nationally and helping, create nationally. And in our district, we got some other problems, that I would do. But as far as a national agenda, that's what I would do.
So the seat that you're running for, who is in that seat, and is it primarily have it been always what side of the aisle have that seat been on, and what have that opponent did? I mean, not opponent,
Well,
congressman.
she would be an opponent. Her name is Elaine Luria. She's a Democrat. This is her first term, and everybody wants her out. Basically, she's a puppet. To Nancy Pelosi. She just came out, and I mean, she voted to impeach President Trump, of course, for nothing. She just endorsed Joe Biden for president. So if anybody know anything about Joe Biden, the worst thing that you can do to the African American or Black community, and I say it both because some people call themselves African American, some people say Black. I say Black because I'm really not from Africa. Maybe my heritage is there, but any white South African could come to America and claim they're African American. So I like to be distinguished. But she um, did Joe Biden. She endorsed Joe Biden, and if you know in the history about Joe Biden, he wrote the crime bill. That President Clinton and that put more Black people in jail than anyone in history, and he wrote that. So that's one of the things that I'm definitely going to campaign against her on, especially within our community, and really she hasn't done anything for Virginia.
So I see a lot of stuff like Virginia just flipped blue completely all the way around the board. Like there's something like some of the legislation that we're seeing is the left is trying to infringe the Second Amendment. So you have in the comment section and said, how would to prevent lawful citizens from losing their Second Amendment rights?
Well, if you've been keeping up in Virginia, this is ground zero. I'm on the front lines. I'm on the front lines out here. I've been at 2 rallies. I spoke at 2 rallies to the Virginia Beach City Council. Last night I was at the Hampton City Council, and they're Democrat. And voiced our opinion. As far as that you must hold up to your oath and stick up for the citizens here. As far as the Second Amendment, I'm gonna fight that all the way as far as I can. And keep fighting. No matter what the legislator up in Virginia does now, because they all blue. And one of the reasons why it's blue, I'll explain that real quick. Why it flipped so heavily is because they redrew the lines in January. They did some redistricting, and we had like 23 seats ran by Democrats. There was seats ran by Democrats that went unopposed, and that's because of the new drawn line district. So that really flipped the seats and made it all blue. That was a reason, because if you look at the way the voting was, we didn't lose any seats, but when it was redistricted, we didn't have conservatives or Republicans running in those seats. So that's what happened. And so now they're trying to run roughshod, and we're not having it. We have like 100 counties and cities here in Virginia that did Second Amendment resolutions to let the government know, that the governor and the General Assembly know that we will not comply with any draconian laws that's against the Constitution for the Second Amendment. And we're gonna be doing that. That's one of I'm very pro Second Amendment. You can go to my website and see that, JaromeBellForCongress.com. And you can see all of my issues and where I stand on the issues. And pro Second Amendment is number one, because I do a little math. It's a thing that I say around here: 27 minus 2 equals 0. Okay, and what that means is that we have 27 amendments. Without the Second Amendment, you have none, because you have nothing to protect those other amendments from going away, from being taken from you.
So what's the legislation that they're doing there? I follow a few that's from Virginia, and that's how I'm seeing, like, this is the first thing they just started doing with all these elected people that's there. Right. So what are they strict certain guns that they're pushing now?
Okay, well, they're pushing gun registration for one. The background investigations, like universal background investigations, is pushing red flag laws. And red flag laws is like anybody can report you and say that you're crazy, and they can come and lock you up and put you in jail and take your guns. That's crazy. They're trying to push ammunition laws, that you can't buy only a certain amount of ammunition. They're pushing you only can buy a certain amount of guns. You can only buy like 1 gun a month. You can't have clips, or you can't have any guns with that holds more than like 10 rounds of ammunition. So you're talking pretty much every semi-automatic pistol, with the clip. You're talking any like AR-15. You're talking any shotgun that has an extended clip. It's just a bunch. I mean, it's overall, when you really get down to it and break down SB 16 and all these other legislations, it really covers the spectrum of every single gun that you can own for some reason.
So it's just basically seem like, I don't know what it is with guns, and it's just like those type of guns are not. I mean, those type of guns most people might use in mass shootings. Mass shootings don't happen. A lot of those on today are with regular type of guns. So how could you just want to ban this specific gun? Run and keep going and keep going and keep going, and next thing you know, we're gonna be guns, be Germany, and it's gonna end bad for everyone. It's like those are our rights to have guns. You can't tell me what type of gun I should have or what you deem as what's supposed to be this, what's supposed to be that. A lot of people use stuff like those guns for collectors, for shootings, and shootings like in park, duck, animals, stuff like that. Those,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So just,
I mean, and that's part of our fight too. They have a law where, and one of the laws saying where you can't pass down a gun, because you have to have that person have to have a background registration. So I couldn't pass down a gun to my son, So it's just crazy stuff like that. And historically, it's like guns don't kill people. Okay, people kill people. If you just look at, and they don't like to talk about this, Chicago has some of the most draconian and strenuous laws, gun control laws in the nation. But you see what happened in Chicago every week, which proves that criminals will not give up their guns. The only thing you're going to do with gun laws, and if law-abiding citizens give them up, is just going to make them more vulnerable to the criminals. The criminals know, hey, they don't have guns now, so they're going to commit more crimes. And it's that's just a fact. That really is just a fact. You can look at any inner city. I mean, New York, you got East St. Louis, you got Chicago, you got Gary, Indiana. Heck, you got Cleveland, Ohio. Where there's shootings and things of that nature. But it's a mental illness. I think we have to focus more on the mental illness of it than more of the trying to take guns away or trying to restrict people's Second Amendment from law-abiding citizens, because law-abiding citizens aren't out here shooting anybody. I think you have to look at all these psychotropic drugs. If you talk about mass shootings and who are doing mass shootings, if you go back in their medical history, which they do, all of them are on psychotropic drugs. These drugs that, we give our kids. Well, I don't, but people give their kids from the time they're 2, because they're too hyper, especially boys. Okay. Boys are hyper, so now, they got this, this fake diagnosis called ADHD and ADD and all of this stuff where kids just hyper. Kids need to go out and play. Boys are going to be more hyper than girls. But now, parents just want to drug their kids, and that has a lot to do with it.
I'm like, if that's the all was 88, especially boys. I have 2 boys, and let me tell you something. When they were growing up small, younger, each other like cats and dogs. If it was left up to them, they would have been drugged up on some drugs. But no, they grew out of it. Kids grow out of it. Like that's just a stage that all kids go through. It has nothing to do. They didn't want to put those chemicals in them, and I'm not with that.
Right. Yeah, I have 3 boys too. I raised 3 boys. And my oldest, he was rambunctious. He was, and I remember we put him in like a Montessori school, and they would call us every day. Giovanni won't lay down and take a nap. He won't go to sleep. He's this, he's that. I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's not sleepy. Okay, so give him a book to read, make him do something, let him help you. Give him something constructive to do instead of trying to be the non-constructive and criticize. And right now, my son's a doctor. He's a medical doctor. He's practicing in Atlanta. So if I would have listened to these people, got him diagnosed and put him on drugs, he wouldn't have been that. And I have two more. I have three successful sons. Where I would never think about putting them on any drugs, anything like that. I see it every day. I see kids on these drugs every day, and they're walking zombies. Seem like they have no life, and then when they come off the drugs, their mind can't cope, and they don't know how to deal with their surroundings off of the drugs. So then they have to have more drugs. It's a cause and effect, and people don't want to deal with the cause of certain things. They just want to deal with the effects and think that new laws is the answer when it's not.
Right. So, okay, what would be your stance on immigration and things that need to be period?
Okay. Well, one of my major policy announcements that I'm going to come out with is I'm coming out with a complete moratorium of a minimum 10-year moratorium on all immigration, not just illegal immigration, but all immigration. And that's because we don't even know the numbers of immigrants that's in the country illegally. Okay. I mean, but what I do know is illegal immigration hurts the inner city communities in the rural areas more than anything. Because that's where they put them. So the schools are overcrowded, the resources get overcrowded, things of that nature. And also the refugee resettlement program that has to stop, and that goes to zero. Until we get every homeless vet off the street, until every elderly person is taken care of and they have enough money to live on from month to month, until every homeless person is off the street. And if they have to be in a mental health facility, then they're in a mental health facility, until every American citizen kid has enough to eat at night, until every American is, have all the abilities to function in this society and be well. Then maybe we can talk about bringing in immigrants that's going to assimilate once again to the United States, that really wants to be an American like it used to be, and that would be proud to be an American. Until then, I'm definitely going to push where nobody can come to the country until we figure out who's here, what they're doing here, until we get everything in America. We take care of home first. America first. Definitely America first.
Comment said, how would you tackle the problems of big farm?
Okay, big farm. Well, what I would do with big pharma, first of all, I would loosen the regulation about being able to get prescription medications outside of the United States. Okay, Canada, Mexico, places like that, and also going intrastate. Let the free market reign. Big pharma has big monopoly here in the United States, and a lot of it has to do with Congress. We need to pass laws where Congress can't own any stock in big pharma, okay? Because a lot of the reasons why the stock prices are up where they are because of lobbyists in Congress, because they're getting paid. So we have to do tort reform in there, and a lot of these other drugs, these opioids. There's other medications that can be given that's less addictive than an opioid. We have to try naturopathic medicine, where health insurances will pay for that. And things, like that, where you don't have to give drugs and highly addictive drugs out to people where they're just going to abuse them. So one of the things is price controls. I would definitely put price controls on big pharma, to where, a certain price, they can't go over a certain price, and like I say, you open it up to the free market, and I think that'll bring down the price and stop a lot of the corruption in big pharma as well. I'm in District 2. I see the question. I'm in District 2 of Virginia. District 2.
Yeah. So, how many other candidates are running?
We have, for this seat, we have the primary. There's three other guys running to be able to run up against the Democrat incumbent. One guy, he actually had the seat. He lost the seat to the Democrat, so he's running again. We have a guy that's been a pretty much career politician. He's run a few times for seats. He's been on the state delegate. He was a state delegate, and things like that. So he's trying to get the seat. And there's another guy that I just met the other night at the rally, and he's trying to get the seat. So total, there's four so far. There's four of us, and it's pretty amazing though. I just got off the phone actually with the brother. He's running another black conservative. He's running for the 3rd district. That's right next door. And I met another brother the other night at the rally. He's running for the 4th district. So we got 3 conservative brothers running for the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th district of Virginia, and that's never heard of, never been heard of. And so we're going to get together and try to take over and do some real change here in Virginia for everybody.
So how have the Republican Party what I know it's kind of early for them to endorse people, but what kind of feedback are you getting from the Republican Party?
Well, normally the Republican Party, the RNC, the big people don't really get involved until after the primary, so then they'll get behind the candidate, whoever the candidate comes out of here, come out of the districts are, that's when the RNC really get involved. Right now, it's just some guys here locally. We have to, convince these constituents locally who's the best person, for the job, who's going to represent them completely. And like I said, that's all of the citizens here, in the 2nd district. Not just the white ones, not just the black ones, but all the citizens here. Who's going to be able to represent the citizens as a whole in DC? Who's not going to back down, who can't be bought. Who's going to be firm on their beliefs. Have a value system and be moral. So right now, it's just us 4. Trying to get through the primary, and that's going to be June 9th here in 2020.
Someone in the comments said, how many Republicans are you going against?
It is 3. It's 3 Republicans. The primary, is our Republicans, until June. And then whoever come out in June wins the primary in June, they go up against the Democrat. So right now it's 3.
Are they career politicians or they're
2? Well, yeah. Well, two of them are. Well, not really career politicians. A lot of them there. Well, both of them, I say, are retired military, Navy as well. But one, like I say, he won the seat. 2 years ago, he was the congressman in the 2nd district. He used to be a Navy guy. As well. He's not a retired, he didn't retire, but the other guy retired Navy as well. He's a retired officer, but he's more of a career politician. He's been running longer, than the other guy as well. But they're both establishment guys. They both have, the lobby money, and they're going to have some big donors behind them because they know they can be bought. So, I think, we're going to make them spend a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of money. That's why I hope people go to my website, and look at the issues and donate, as much as you can, get your friends and, look at my video, like what you see, and donate, help me go up against these guys because, it's expensive to run a race. And that's the only way that I can compete and make the playing field level. I make it level with my voice, and a lot of people around here like what I have to say, but unfortunately, a lot of people go with, okay, who can raise the most money? Somehow they, correlate or relate whoever can win the most money can beat the Democrat. No, these 2 guys will never beat her. They can't beat her. And I come out and say that now. I don't believe that they can beat her because they have limitations that I don't have, to go up against her. I don't have the restrictions that they have per se, and that's basically due to my color, to be honest. So, yeah, go to my website, donate, and help me, level the playing field a little bit.
So what kind of team do you have together? Because you have to get enough votes to be the primary Republican to reach the voters. Like, do you have a team together? Like, how do you have that established?
Yeah, I got a great team actually. We ground roots, it's a ground roots establishment. So most of my team are volunteers, and those are people that believe in me, that I can, win this race. So we have a team spread out all over the city. We have people in Virginia Beach, and put like this, in every area where my district is, which is Virginia Beach, the Eastern Shore, Yorktown, part of Hampton, part of Norfolk, part of Williamsburg. So we meet And right now, what we're doing now, we have to get signatures to get on the ballot. Okay, we have to have 1,000 signatures to get on the ballot, but a lot of those sometimes don't get counted because you have to be a registered voter. So we're out trying to get 3,000 signatures to 5,000 signatures to make sure we're on the ballot. That's first, and then after that,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
How many signatures? How many signatures you got so far?
Right now we have 600. We have 600 signatures right now. We're working this gun show on Saturday. I think we have close to 1,000 after Saturday and Sunday. But we have till March. And I have a great team that's out canvassing. Out getting the signatures. So I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. Then after that, it's things we got meet and greets. I got appearances. I have speaking engagements that I have to go to. I have radio interviews that I have. I'm with Wayne Dupree again next week. I'm on a radio show here in Virginia, and then I have a bunch of preachings.
Sorry, Johnson is in Virginia. Have you reached out to her?
Who is? Oh, Sunny. Yeah, actually sent Sunny a DM. I mean, Sunny's so busy she might not even answer people she don't know, but I sent her a DM and said, "Hey, let's talk." She hadn't responded yet, so I'm looking for Sunny to sometime, respond and if we get together and stuff like that because I like what she does. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I like what she does. So,
and I'll add both of their names on there because they are to me big voices. You know what I'm saying? And I can see Sunny taking a like to you. Someone in the comments said, "What is the toughest part of your running so far?"
Just one raising money is probably the toughest part. Getting people to believe in you, to give you their dollars. That's pretty main part. A lot of people, they want to hear what you're about. They want to talk to you. They want to see what you run on the issues, how you stand on the issues. Before they give you your money. Other than that, it's a schedule. I mean, I still work full time. Some of these other guys, they don't work full time. All they do is campaign. But I'm not that fortunate to be able to do that. So it's the schedule. The schedule is tough. It's it's one of them things. But I'm built for it. I'm in for the long haul. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But I think that's the toughest part right now. Just going step by step and putting the schedule together.
And a Elder Waller, he said, "I go to Regent University and he get the word out."
Oh, hey, that's cool, man. Hey, if you want to contact me, I'll give you my number. Go to my website, hit the volunteer. Go to my Facebook and message me your information. If you want to come help, you want to volunteer. If you know anybody that can put together a speaking engagement at Regent University, I'll come do that. Come put out some literature. So anybody that want to come volunteer, hit up my Facebook page, hit up the JeromeBellForCongress.com page, and help me get the word out. That's the big thing. That's the biggest thing, getting the word out and getting that name out there too.
So what about press, like your local media? How have you been doing newspaper things or TV, video?
Yeah, well, I did the local. I was the first candidate to do the local radio show after I announced. So I did that. TV, I've been in the paper a few times here in the local papers around here. Haven't done any TV yet. I'm waiting on getting on TV. So my campaign strategist, my campaign manager is working on getting that done. So, once the name get out there and a little more, they see that I'm a real viable candidate, I'll get TV time. I get the spots there.
Okay, I forgot about something else I was about to ask you. I don't know. Lost track of thought. Well, for you, it just seems like you would be a good fit. It's time for new faces in all the parties, as far as I'm concerned. Go retire. Y'all had y'all bid. It's new ideas. It's new faces. Y'all had y'all brain. Someone said, "I live in PA. get the word out about you, but I'll definitely be doing it. But you can get the word out by sharing his content, retweeting his stuff, resharing his stuff on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you can get the, even if you don't live in his state, you can still share his content on all social media.
Right.
To keep the word out.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said, got Twitter, you know, my Twitter page is Jarome Bell VA at Jarome Bell VA for on the Twitter. You got that website right there, JeromeBellForCongress.com. And my Facebook is Jarome Bell for Virginia. And like I was telling Chalisa, I got a video from the other night that's out there. It's over 80,000 views. You know, go check that out. You know, you'll see, you know, what I was speaking about at the rally in front of our city Congress the other night. City Council, I'm sorry, City Council the other night. And you know, and just check out the issues. Like I said, if you don't live here, and you can't volunteer, like I said, just share the information. If you can donate, donate. And I really appreciate that. You know, the person that said that they would donate. Thank you very much.
Someone in the comments said, "What's your position on term limits?"
Well, to be honest, that's one of my bills that I'm going to sponsor when I get there. Congress should have term limits. You know, and what I'm going to pretty much try to roll out is House of Representatives no more than 3 terms, and the Senate no more than 2 terms. You're in a seat, and you can't run for a seat. You can't move and run for the same seat just because you change districts. That, you know, it's a cutoff. You know, you got 3 years as a House of Representatives, well, 3 terms as a House of Representatives. You got 2 terms as Senate, and then you got to take your tail home. And no more, you don't get paid for life anymore either. You know, and I'm saying that, you know, hoping I get there. And I should be a fool for saying that, because I want to get paid for the rest of my life. But the American people shouldn't pay for anybody that, you know, ran for 1 term. If any of us ever got fired from a job,
you get paid forever. I did that.
Yeah. All you gotta do is term. And
are you on
retirement forever? I am not. I am not on YouTube. No, I'm not on YouTube yet or anything. Planning on being there. I do a Facebook Live every night at 8 o'clock. I do Facebook Live from my campaign Facebook page at 8 o'clock. You know, trying to do the YouTube and everything else. Right now, I just don't have the time to do YouTube, so I just stick to the Facebook Live at 8 o'clock. So you can tune in to my Facebook page 8 o'clock. I do a question and answer period once a week. You know, when topics are kind of slow or whatever, I do a question and answer, try to answer any of your questions you may have.
And just remind me, I'll reshare that content to my followers on Facebook.
Okay.
To the people on the page.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So once again, before we're going to end the night out, tell them how they can support you. You know how they can donate, and just a little overcap again about you before we close out.
Okay. Once again, Jarome Bell, running for the 2nd District of Virginia, House Congressional seat. 27-year Navy veteran. I'm not a, you know, career politician, not a politician at all. I'm just a citizen that loves this country, that loves the people in this country, and you can help me, you know, to win this seat and take this seat back and turn this seat back conservative, and take it away from the Democrats that I don't think love this country at all, and they're, you know, here in Virginia trying to pass these draconian laws. And so we need to put a stop to it. So you can go to JeromeBellForCongress.com. She has the right spelling down there, which is good. JaRomebell. I appreciate that. For Congress.com. My Facebook page is Jerome Bell for Virginia. And my Twitter is Jarome Bell VA. And how you can help if you're local here in the 2nd District, just hit me up on the Facebook, send me a message, you know, leave your number or just leave me an inbox to, hey, let me know you want to volunteer. I get your name to my strategist, to my campaign manager. We'll put you on a list to volunteer at all the events that we're going to be doing, like the gun show on Saturday. If you don't live in the area, or if you do live in the area and you still want to donate, Just go to JeromeBellForCongress.com/donate, or if you just go to the website, there's a button that says contribute. You can do it that way as well.
Okay, thank you for being on my show. And anytime throughout this whole process, you are willing to come back anytime to share anything that you want. The platform is open to you. And I send my best wishes. I hope you reach the top. Oh, one thing I did want to ask, do y'all do debates when y'all do?
We
like
will.
The candidates?
We will.
Okay.
We will do some
process
debates.
Stream that. So we'll probably try to stream that.
Okay. Okay.
So,
yeah, we will. And I'll try to get links up. I'll have people recording those. We'll have that. And I'll try to be putting that up on my Facebook pages when those start to happen. Just like the other night. So yeah, we'll make sure that happens for you. And I appreciate you having me. I know we're going back and forth a little bit. We had to change the time a little bit today. Thank you for working with me on that. And because it was needed. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you to your audience for listening as well.
Okay, everyone, I would like to thank Jarome Bell, that's running for Congress, 2nd Congressional seat out in VA, for coming to the hot seat. And you will see his on here again. And if you don't live in Virginia, donate. If you can't donate cash, share his content. That's another way that you can get out. If you know people in Virginia, share this video so they can see this is the man that you need for Virginia, because Virginia is looking like California, and that's a sad place.
Real soon.
Thank you once again, and thank you everyone that tuned in to this edition in the Hot Sauce Sunday for my first ever Make It Make Sense. Be a guest, a co-host with me on those shows.
Oh, right. So thank you. I appreciate that.
That's Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's a problem that day, or if I have something, I will let y'all know, like, hey, I'm not going to, but every Sunday, we're going to go over the latest political topics that's going on in this ongoing on in the U.S. So thank you all, and everyone have a blessed night. See you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.